Hello everyone, welcome to the session of Alpha Bridge Technologies Private Limited. This is Mukesh. In this session, we will discuss about basic introduction and configuration of ONU. Here I will use Alpha Bridge GPON ONU. The name of this model is AN5000/2/4/V and /U. Let's start with the introduction of ONU. The full form of ONU is Optical Network Unit, or it can also be called as Optical Network Terminal. It is a device used at the customer or subscriber premises in the network. ONU will be connected with optical fiber from the OLT and connects the customer equipment like phone, router, etc. It converts the optical signals to the electrical signals and vice versa. ONU delivers high-speed internet, voice services and video services for the end users over the optical fibers. And we shall also discuss how to log into the ONU and basic configurations like IPOE mode, PPPoE mode and bridge mode, and the change of Wi-Fi SSID name and the Wi-Fi password. This Alpha Bridge GPON ONU model has 4 LAN ports, 1 reset button, 1 USB port for backup or recovery, 1 POTS interface and the push and power button. At the backside of the ONU, it will have the fiber port. It is a dual band ONU which works on both 5 GHz and 2.4 GHz bands. Make the setup as shown here. Connect the laptop or PC to the ONU RJ45 interface with the Ethernet cable. Assign IP address in the PC in the range of management IP address of the ONU. Open control panel and assign the IP address in the PC. I have already assigned my IP address in my Ethernet adapter, so you can check the status. I assigned it as 192.168.1.11 with the subnet 255.255.255.0. Now open command prompt and ping to the management IP address of the ONU, that is 192.168.1.1. It is reachable. Now you can log into the GUI of the ONT. Open Chrome and enter the default IP address of the ONU, that is 192.168.1.1. This is the login interface of the ONU. Enter the username and password and validate the code. The username and password are admin and admin by default. Now click on login. This is the GUI of this ONU. You can find the model, serial number and the OLT authentication status. As the OLT is not connected with the fiber port, it is showing the optical loss. Now go to the network tab. Here we can add the WAN interface, wide area network. Here you can add a multiple WAN interfaces. By this option, we can enable or disable the selected WAN interface. Coming to encapsulation mode, there are 3 modes. One is PPPoE mode, IPOE mode and bridge mode. PPPoE mode stands for point-to-point protocol over Ethernet. Select this option if ISP uses the PPPoE mode. By this option, it will obtain an IP address dynamically. It requires username and password for the connection and authentication. IPOE mode stands for Internet Protocol over Ethernet. Using this option, IP address will be obtained automatically. Coming to bridge mode, this mode makes the device work as bridge device between the LAN and the ISP. It enables the communication between 2 or more networks as if they were on the same LAN network. You can select the IP protocol as IPv4 or IPv6 according to the requirement. In service type, there are many features like TR069, Internet, VoIP and addition of both features. TR069 stands for Technical Report 69. It is a remote management protocol for the customer premises equipment WAN management. It enables the automatic configuration and firmware updates and diagnostics through an auto configuration server. Coming to Internet, it is used for browsing, streaming and general online services. VoIP stands for Voice over Internet Protocol. It enables the voice services. IPTV stands for Internet Protocol Television Services. It enables the television services. The full form of DHCP is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. By this, IP address will be assigned to the devices automatically. Coming to VLAN mode, there are two options, tag mode and untag mode. By tag mode, the traffic packets will be tagged with the VLAN ID. By untag mode, the packets will not have the VLAN tag. Coming to DSCP, DSCP stands for Differentiated Services Code Point. It is used for the traffic classification. Enabling it allows the router to prioritize the certain types of traffic. Enabling the DSCP, it will ask for the value. It is a priority value used in the Ethernet frame for the QoS. Triple P transceiver type denotes that we are using the triple PoE mode. Triple P username and password, they both used for the authentication. We need to give the name of the DMS server. If this triple PoE proxy is enabled, it allows the devices to act as the proxy for the triple PoE connection, possibly optimizing the traffic between the client and the ISP. By this max proxy client denotes that number of clients that can use the proxy service at the same time. The triple PoE pass-through allows the triple PoE traffic to pass through the device without terminating the connection. It is useful when other device is handling the triple PoE authentication. The authentication type can be selected as PAP or CHAP. PAP stands for Password Authentication Protocol and CHAP stands for Challenge Handshake Protocol. You can select the best authentication method. There are three options in trigger type: always on, manual and on demand. By always on, the connection will remain active all the time. By manual, it initiates and terminates the triple PoE connection by manually. By on demand, the connection will be established when there is an outgoing data. It gives the idle timeout after a period of inactivity. By enabling the NAT, allows the multiple devices on the internet network to share a single IP address when connected to the internet. This is known as Network Address Translation. MTU stands for Maximum Transmission Unit. We can mention the packet size over here. Here we need to bind the LAN and SSID ports so that the devices connected to those ports will use the required services. Let us add a sample new WAN interface by using triple PoE mode. And I am tagging the VLAN as VLAN tag 200 and give the some sample username and password. Now the triple PoE profile is created. You can check the status also. Go to the status tab and WAN information. This is the profile which you have created on triple PoE. You can check the connection status. If the connection is established, it will show as connection success. Now let's create another new WAN interface using IPOE mode. Here also I will tag with the VLAN ID 200. We cannot use the ports which were used in the previous profiles. Now the IPOE profile is also created. You can check the status of the IPOE profile in the status tab. This is the IPOE profile. Now let's create another interface using the bridge mode. In bridge mode, you can see the transparent option as extra. It just forwards the packets without doing anything. Now the bridge profile is also created. You can check the status of bridge profile also in the WAN information. Now let's configure the Wi-Fi username and password. WLAN stands for Wireless Local Area Network. Here I am using dual band ONU. So you can see WLAN 5 GHz and WLAN 2.4 GHz. Click on the WLAN 5 GHz. And you can see the Wi-Fi SSID name. It is known as Service Set Identifier. You can change the name as per your requirement. This is the Wi-Fi username. Now you can see the password also. It is mentioned as WPA shared secret. You can change the password as per your requirement. Now let's check the Wi-Fi. Search for the network GCDD Wi-Fi Z. This is the network. Connect to this network. Enter the password and connect. It will be connected without any internet, as we are not connected any internet at the backend. Now let's configure for WLAN 2.4 GHz. You can change the SSID name over here and the password. You can also find the network over here. This is the network. You can see the GCDD Wi-Fi network is also connected with no internet. This is about the basic introduction and configuration of GPON ONU. Thank you.